This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, May 3rd. I'm Jeff here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. It's May. It was a beautiful weekend here in Denver. Did you guys have a good weekend?
It was all right. It was beautiful.
Way to start the week off positive.
I didn't do anything crazy. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, if I'd been at Vax Live, I would have been living my best life, but I was at home.
That's a good transition. But Brandon, good weekend?
I turned up with my mother, man.
There you go.
Saturday fun day with sister girl, as we call her. We had a good time.
You were telling me some stories.
She bought around the shots really quick. She bought around the shots for all these single moms that were sitting next to us.
She paid for them?
No, she put them on my tab. But, you know, Mother's Day is coming up, next weekend?
Yep.
So
Sunday.
So there we go.
Happy early Mother's Day.
I feel that it's really funny. In England, ours was ages ago.
Really?
Yeah. But our Father's Days are the same.
That's a
weird fact.
I kind of want to go into that, but we have a show to do.
Yeah.
I wonder why they're different. All right, anyways, some stars came out for a giant concert in LA last night, as Stephanie was alluding to, called Vax Live. Prince Harry was there in his first appearance back in the States since his grandfather's funeral. He got a standing ovation and told the crowd why it's so important that the vaccines are distributed across the globe. Take a listen.
Because this pandemic will not end unless we act collectively with an unprecedented commitment to our shared humanity. The vaccine must be distributed to everyone, everywhere. We cannot rest or truly recover until there is fair distribution to every corner of the world.
So the crowd there was full of vaccinated healthcare workers and first responders. A thank you to them. And J-Lo was one of the performers, and she brought her mom on stage to sing their rendition of Sweet Caroline. Check it out. And here comes the tea, Steph. Speaking of J-Lo, check out these paparazzi photos from over the weekend. That's J-Lo and Ben Affleck riding together in the same SUV. They both were at the concert, but now there are rumors, of course, about the two possibly rekindling their romance. Vax Live, by the way, will air this Saturday on CBS and ABC.
Can't wait.
Here we go. Let's spill it.
Do you want me to go straight to the tea or the niceness first?
Tea, Stephanie. Come on now.
Okay.
It's Monday.
So, do we think J-Lo and Ben are back together? I don't know. But first, he has been seen going to and from her private abode since she came back from filming recently 3 times, and he gets dropped off and, like, you know, there's a secret carriaging and whatever. But they're saying, inside sources say, that they've just been friends the whole time since their split in 2004. I don't think they were friends.
So you're going
more than friends, huh?
I think, you know, maybe
you're back on
he's a shoulder to cry on. He's a shoulder to cry on, a good-looking shoulder to cry on, and one that's familiar.
All right, well, you know, remember I did the interview for the Way Back for
there
Ben,
you go.
So I feel like me and him are friends. You know,
you guys go way back.
We go way back. Look, during this pandemic, I'm sure we've all reached back out to our exes. Remember when you outed me? Remember when you outed me on this show?
Don't put me in this, buddy.
I slid in my ex's DMs. So if my ex was J-Lo, if I'm Ben, yeah, I'm sliding in her DMs or whatever phone she has. She probably got like 6 phones.
So you're on Team Bennifer too?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's going to go very far, very fast, but I think there's going to be a little something.
All right, so let's connect some dots here.
All right, let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do
if
it.
we're gonna sip some tea, let's drink the whole kettle.
Okay.
How about this, okay? So that song, Sweet Caroline, if you go to a Boston Red Sox game, that's like their anthem, right? So it's known in Boston. Ben, huge Boston Red Sox fan.
He's from there.
Maybe
That was
it was
for
from there.
him.
Tip of the hat to Ben.
Okay, so I read that her mom, J-Lo's mom, used to sing that as like a lullaby.
No, my story's way better.
No.
So that's why she brought her mom up and they sang it together.
Just because we share an Uber together doesn't mean you have to sing my song for my city.
I mean, I don't know. That would be romantic, though. That would be her, like, a secret nod to him, I must say.
But
and like they're clearly hanging out.
You debunked
3
that
times.
theory.
You got to think, how busy is Jennifer Lopez? She's like one of the busiest people on the planet, and she's got time to see someone she dated from way back when in 2004 and been engaged however many times and had kids since, just hanging out. Nah. There's more to this.
All
right.
Stay tuned.
I'm sure we'll know. Tune in Wednesday when Steph does What Up. She'll hit some of these notes we just sung. All right, that was a bad transition. Billie Eilish is showing off a whole new side of herself. The singer is featured on the cover of British Vogue with her new platinum blonde hair wearing sexy lingerie. Billie said she wanted to look like a 1940s and 50s pinup star for the shoot. She does. She did a good job with that. She also addressed any potential backlash by saying body positivity is about doing whatever you want. She said, quote, showing your body and showing your skin or not should not take any respect from you. It's a dramatic departure, as we know. Look at Billie on the left there, who was we've always seen her covered up in all these baggy clothing. That was kind of her look.
Yet she didn't ever want to be sexualized. And let's remember, she's only just 19.
Yes.
So she's still very young. So I think she was very cautious of not being seen to her very young audience, of which she's got a lot of fans, in a sexy kind of way. And I think that's why she went down that route. Now, I think this is an amazing amazing cover to come out on Vogue, the biggest fashion magazine in the world, let's be honest.
Yep.
Looking like this, she looks fantastic. And I think it's done in a really classy way. We're not over, everything is still covered. And she's gone all out. Like, we've seen Burberry, we've seen Asian Provocateur, we've seen Gucci all collaborating for these looks. This is a big deal. I'm here for it. She looks gorgeous. Bloody gorgeous.
And I'm here to address that backlash.
Okay.
Why would we hate on this woman? Because like we said, and I don't understand that, and I'm not going to tell anyone how to feel about their bodies or what to do with your life, but regardless of what it is that you're going through, Jeff, you're going to have, that day is going to come where you're going to have that coming out party.
Right.
So if you feel as though you're too big or you're too skinny and you're working on it or you're insecure about some things, that moment is going to come where you have to come out and feel comfortable with yourself in front of the masses. So I look at her, and you choose a Vogue to do this, I look at that as helping people who are struggling with something, because it's like, here, let me take the backlash. Let me get through all what I've been insecure with my entire life or however, and I'm gonna try something different. And here I am. Haters gonna hate, but I am going to be myself. I am going to be my Billie Eilish. You who are struggling with the same things or anything like that, here's that confidence.
Yeah.
Now follow this lead in that way.
And
you know?
I think her age, what Stephanie said, is appropriate here. She's 19. Sure. Everybody has their coming out party. Miley Cyrus did it. Taylor Swift did it. Demi Lovato was a Disney star. Yep. She did it. So anytime around that age, you know, people want to try different things. I understand the backlash of saying body positivity shouldn't matter about your body, it's about your talent, but she's doing her own thing.
I think as well, I like how she did it. Very 1940s, 1950s, pin-up, Dita Von Teese, covered but still looking wonderful.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, and speaking of bodies, Will Smith is also sporting a new look. The actor posted this shirtless pic on Instagram with the caption, "I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm in the worst shape of my life." But many people in the comments section praised Will for his dad bod. Just for reference, here's a look at Will from his bad boy days and Will now.
Brandon looks like he's just seen a
What's up?
He went from bad boy to bad body, like, ew, Will Smith.
Dad body.
Did you see him in I Am Legend? He was ripped and he had a whole robotic arm. Now we got this. Come on, Will.
It's been quarantine. Things have been closed. What
You're Will Smith. You probably have like a whole Planet Fitness in your basement. What do you mean? Or you could have CGI'd your abs.
Show everyone has had these moments. It's been like a really tough year and a half. You expect him to look as though he's Captain America or whatever?
Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it. Everyone's been quarantined. And a lot of other people have been working out during quarantine. Stephanie, the world's about to open up. You see Vax Live. We're about to get back to summertime on the Jersey Shore.
I like it. I think he's being honest and open, and you know, he's just showing off like, this is how I am.
Here's what I think he's doing. I think this is his way, because I kind of do. I'm not comparing myself to Will Smith, but I like to have accountability for what I'm going to do in the future. Right?
Sure.
So if I took a picture like that, I kind of look like Will Smith's second picture, to be honest with you right now. If I was really serious about getting back into shape this summer, I would post the same picture and say, I'm in a bad shape. I'm going to do something about it. And I think this is his way of taking accountability for his body.
That would make you want to get in
For me, it's motivation. I'm not saying that's what he did, but now I'm like, if I don't get into shape, I have everyone to answer to.
Yeah.
I see.
You know?
I mean, I think he looks all right still. Let's be honest, most people look more like Will Smith does now than he did.
Yeah, it's hard work
Let's
to get in that shape.
honest.
Look at Brandon. He's
all right.
Brandon's not having it.
That Wild Wild West body he got going on right there. Like, come on, man.
Come talk to me when you're 40-40-40.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
about to say. Yeah. You're right.
It's a little bit harder to take it off.
Metabolism doesn't kick in like it
Coming up on DBL, we're talking with actor Chaz Bono about his new movie and past roles that made us laugh. And a Snow White attraction at Disneyland is getting a lot of politically correct pushback, why a portion of the ride is making some people uncomfortable. I hope you guys heard me. Coming back, we're talking about fun stuff.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. Disneyland is back open in California, and it turns out they recently revamped their classic Snow White ride. But not everybody is happy about it, of course. Now the ride ends, okay, with the true love kiss scene, which some argue is very troublesome, mainly because Snow White is unconscious and cannot give consent for the prince to kiss her. Of course, it is the prince's kiss which breaks the curse and saves Snow White's life. I think that's a very important fact, but the two had never met previously. So do you think the scene is troublesome, and does it give kids a mixed message about consent, or should we let Snow White die?
Oh, we don't want her to die.
So you got to pick. Would you rather be kissed
What
by
do you think,
Prince?
Brandon?
Let's go to Brandon first.
Brandon.
Look, okay, I have 5 sisters, nieces. I get that message. I get that, hey, if you're drunk or whatever, text your uncle, text your brother, I will get you an Uber, I will get you home. No man should be kissing you without consent. But like you said, what if you were passed out somewhere and someone did CPR? That's what you could, there could be another side to that and be like, hey, that's a version of CPR, because if he didn't kiss her, she's dead. In that sense, we don't have a ride, we don't have a Disney movie or anything like that. But I get the message. I am not trying to fight the message. I just think that that's something that we should. I think we're stepping over when we get to wanting to cancel that ride. That show.
I mean, it's a tricky one, because I agree with Brandon. I mean, we don't want to give young children the message that you can just go around kissing people unconscious, willy-nilly, and just expect everything's fine. No, that's sexual assault. So let's not.
It's also
there.
a cartoon.
It's also a cartoon. I also love Snow White. I love the dwarves. I love Prince Charming.
You know, I think I'm going to be honest. I think we're going too far now. Too far. The people are just looking for something to pick apart at home with this cancel culture, and I think people are getting tired of it, right? Yeah. No one's. Listen, if you think I'm up here defending like sexual predators and this kind of action, you're part of the problem, not me. You're the problem. Yeah. It's too far now. Okay. Number one, it's a cartoon, right? Yeah. Number two, how many rapists and real people out there that do these type of things say, you know what, it wasn't my fault. I saw Snow White when I was a kid and that made me do this. Never has that ever been a defense in the history of...
Maybe they've remade Cinderella, they've remade Pinocchio, they've remade Beauty and the Beast. Maybe they could remake Snow White with a bit more of a modern ending that isn't
what would be appropriate? Because you can't, if you touch their hand, someone's gonna have a problem with that.
And you can't even say white. You can't even be like Snow White. Oh, why isn't that Snow Light Skin?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find anything, huh?
We're laughing at it, but if you wanted to, you totally
I'm offended. Yeah, well, how come it's not a black dude kissing her or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, we could bring it up.
Hey, I mean, we're like kind of laughing about it, but you're right.
Let's
You could
be
pick that
offended.
apart if you wanted to. All right, we need to laugh. We're going to be back with Chaz Bono. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Billions of cicadas are on their way. Some could start emerging by next week. And as they pop up out of the ground, an old urban legend is also popping up, claiming that you can make some serious cash if you find a cicada with a rare eye color. So let's verify. Can you actually get paid up to $1,000 for finding a cicada with blue eyes? Our sources are two entomologists, Dr. Paula Shrewsbury of the University of Maryland and Dr. Zoe Getman-Pickering with the George Washington University. They both told us pretty quickly that this one is false. It's a rumor that's been around for years.
There's a urban myth or urban legend that if you find a cicada with blue eyes, that you can get $1,000 for that. But that's not true.
That's not true.
Nobody giving $1,000
Okay.
if you find a blue-eyed cicada.
Dr. Getman-Pickering says that she believes blue-eyed cicadas are more rare than blue-eyed humans. So if you do find one of these cicadas with blue eyes, it's a cool find. You're just not going to get paid for it. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Most people, they try true life. They wake up one day, oh, I'm in a nightmare. I don't know what I need.
I think I'm in a nightmare and I don't know what I need.
Aha.
Last week I got fired from my job. I came home early from work and I found my girlfriend in the tub with our neighbor, Larissa.
Oh.
They were drinking margaritas in the middle of the day for lunch.
Welcome back to DBL. You just watched a clip from the movie Reboot Camp, a comedy about phony self-care gurus and the people who fall for them. Earlier, we caught up with Chaz Bono in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Please welcome Chaz Bono.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chaz.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you here. Please talk to us about Reboot Camp and your character, Herbert. I go to self-care guru sometimes, so what drew you to the role? Talk to me.
So Reboot Camp, it's a very funny mockumentary, which is one of my favorite kind of comedy genres, about these two brothers who want to do a documentary about, the dark side of self-help, industry when it kind of falls into the cult lane. And instead of doing it from the outside, they decide that they're going to kind of form a group around a charismatic individual, and one of the brothers, takes on this personality, and they form Reboot Camp. And of course, it's kind of not a totally ethical thing to do, and things start to go amiss. And, it gets very popular, and I play one of the campers, and I come in having this personal life trauma, and I'm looking for somebody to help me, to fix me, to give me purpose again. And I always say, Herbie, if they were passing around glasses of Kool-Aid there, I drank a pitcher. I'm just, the ultimate camper.
Gosh.
So
I know who that person is. Yep.
Chaz, I'm so excited to talk to you. I actually rewatched the season finale, season 10 of Curb Your Enthusiasm yesterday. You're fantastic in it. You're fantastic. I got to know everything. It's one of my favorite shows. Really, you did a great job. How did they approach you with that script? What's it like working with Larry David? Is it all improv? What's that set like? I got to know.
Sure. So I auditioned for that and booked that part. And honestly, when I auditioned, I was just so excited for that because I got to audition with Larry, and I've watched the show from the beginning and have been a huge fan. So I was like, well, if I book this, amazing, but if not, I've got a story that I got to do improv with Larry David. So and then working on it, it was great. Their scripts there are no lines on their scripts. It is improv. They just kind of outline, the story of each episode and what's going to happen in the scene, and then you just kind of go, and it's a great process. Everybody on the show was amazing. Larry was awesome to work with, and because most television, when you work on something, you do it over and over again for different coverage from everywhere. With Curb, what was kind of neat about it, because no two, takes are alike, they cover it with lots of cameras everywhere. You work on it a few times, you get it, funny, and there's all these cameras covering you, and then you kind of move on. So it was kind of a dream job. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time I really got to do comedy. Up until then, I'd done 2 seasons of American Horror Story and some pretty dark independent films, so that was a lot of fun.
Your timing was good.
Did a great job.
Yeah, you did a very good job.
And Chaz, you also did a great job with the perfect transition into my question. How you doing? This is Al Jackson here, man. Obviously, you played a popular role on American Horror Story Cult. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was like?
That's probably my favorite thing that I've ever done, honestly. I'm a horror fan. Again, I watched that show from the beginning, and it was really just a dream come true to get to do that. And, as an actor, my absolute favorite thing is to play characters that are as far away from who I am as a person. And then also to have the opportunity to develop that character, throughout the season. I think I was on, 8 or 9 episodes that season with that character, and really had an opportunity to have an arc with it. And so, it was a dream. I mean, working on that show, the actors are so good. The whole crew. I mean,
promotional consideration is brought to you by.
So, who here struggles with clogged gutters?
If you're not familiar with cryptocurrency, basically it's an online currency that has no government backing and at this point is mostly seen as an investment.
They're trading their dollars for Bitcoin, they're trading their dollars for Ethereum, and they're making that trade in the hope that it will be more valuable in the future.
So why are people investing in a currency with a dog mascot called Dogecoin? Our sources are Coinbase, a cryptocurrency exchange company, and Matt Hogan, a cryptocurrency expert from Bitwise Asset Management. So Dogecoin?
It's ridiculous. Let's start with that point.
According to Matt Hogan, 2 software engineers saw people investing in cryptocurrency in 2013
and found it sort of humorous to create their own coin, but to model it after an internet dog.
Yeah, that Shiba Inu you've seen floating around as a meme forever. The whole thing was meant to be a joke, with cryptocurrency as the punchline. But last year, Bitcoin really started to take off. Then, after billionaires like Elon Musk and Mark Cuban started tweeting their support, Dogecoin followed.
It's one of those sort of speculative excesses that ride shotgun with disruptive innovation, and Bitcoin and crypto is a disruptive innovation with spectacular returns.
Now this one-time joke that was worth less than a penny is skyrocketing to the moon, as they say. It's worth more than 30 cents, which is a 7,400% growth, all based on what Matt says is speculation.
So maybe not surprising that you have an internet meme dog currency coming along for part of the ride.
With your Verify, I'm Matt Gregory.
Just for reference, Will Smith, 52, Snow White, 14. Now, that might be a problem.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.
Thank you.